This stream and forest provides a good backdrop for a short little take I've been wanting to do on the Big Lie. I first heard about the Big Lie when I was traveling throughout North America and Europe in the late 60s, early 70s. The Big Lie was, proponents basically said that materialism and possessions and upward mobility and status were meaningless, taking a page right out of the very old Buddhist philosophy and adopting as their Bible or their guidebook a book called Walden by Henry David Thoreau. And in this book, Thoreau lived for several years in a pond outside of in eastern Massachusetts called Walden Pond. And he wrote extensively about his experiences with the locals, with the farmers, with nature, and how it seemed that the more the farmers became involved in houses and lands and mortgages, the less they became involved with their land and the more they became trapped. He even said that the farmhouses they built were a type of prison for the farmers. Many of the communes and counterculture alternatives of the late 60s and 70s were based on concepts like the Big Lie, and particularly today in the economic collapse scenario, we should probably redo some of our priorities and go back to those times where the Big Lie times, where folks actually believed that en masse. There wasn't just several communes, there were hundreds and hundreds, many of which are no longer in existence for sure, but the basic premise was there. And I think also provides a great deal of anxiety for those participants in that time that now are faced with the collapse and the loss of their homes and businesses and retirement plans and so forth. The Big Lie is not a concept that you will be able to look up easily because there aren't that many formal notes on it, papers on it. It was a thing sort of passed human to human. But back in the 60s it was very prevalent. And today, it might be just as pertinent as it was back then.